Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode with me, myself, Tank Swords, and Pain God.
Hi, everybody. We don't really even have a name for this, do we?
Well, it was a weekly assault, so I guess we'll have to continue going with that, or maybe
Okay,
figure
yeah.
something else out.
Go with Weekly Assault. That's cool. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's getting a little chilly here today.
Yeah, we had some snow on the ground earlier. Winter's here. First off, happy Veterans Day daylight to everybody. We were closed yesterday, so I'm all confused. Extra Life was just this past Saturday, right?
Yeah, it was. And it was a great success.
Time is really, really weird. Thanks for everybody that watched the Extra Life stream, everybody that donated, everybody in the so thanks again, everybody.
Yeah, it was definitely a great experience. It always is every year, so I was happy to be there, and I was thankful for everyone that was able to help and contribute or just watch, and have a great time.
Yeah, I had fun answering questions at, what was it, 9 in the morning? Yeah. On last Saturday. Wish we could have went longer and answered more questions, but we do that every week here. So if you didn't get your question answered during Extra Life and you're watching now, make sure you throw it into the chat, and Lady Obscura, I'm sure, will collect it for us.
And I just saw in chat here a special happy belated birthday to Brass Dragon. It's turning 52.
Happy belated birthday. Let's see what's been going on. I'm so screwed up from having yesterday off.
Yeah, it feels like a weekend, like we're working on a Saturday again.
Yeah, or a Monday.
Or Monday.
Which is terrifying if it was next week already. There's still stuff to do this week. Hope everybody enjoyed the extra week of Awaken mode. Since we took it down early, we threw it up for an extra week. It looked like people had a lot of fun with that. Tuesday, the Tuesday update, the advanced armor equipment is now working properly. Sorry about the bug in that, and thanks to the player that found it, but it's now confirmed working and live. Released the Teledyne Continental Motors tank on Tuesday. So we only have, 3 days of data, but right now it's sitting at like a 52.1% win rate. So it looks like it's performing well. We started our new daily play challenge where you get a chance to get a drop every day by doing relatively simple things. So we've already given out, since November 2nd, we've given out 169,000 drops. So we're still giving it away there, Tank Sword. I don't know how we stay in business.
Well, these players love playing these tanks, right?
And then we had the earn challenge for the Polish skins, the 40 TP. About 30,000 people have earned that skin already. The 53 TP, you notice I'm just skipping the names, right? Is just at 7,600. So still time to grab those. Are you going to try to say them?
Oh, well, we butchered other tanks last week. Let's try go for it. Abaicha skin, right? Is that close? Do you have any idea? Someone laughing at me over there. And the 53 TP Marco Swigo skin.
I think you did pretty good. What do I know? But I think you did pretty good.
We said that we were gonna go talk to our Polish friends here, right? And we were gonna ask them, and we
were gonna ask them how to pronounce it, and then we never did.
Yeah.
We need someone that keeps track of everything that that we say, or I'll just admit it. Everything that I say to remind me that what I'm supposed to come back with next week. We have the November Choose Your Tank challenge, like the Monster Hunter op, where you can earn you can pick the IS6 Black Edition, the Demolisher T28 or the Minotaur KV5. About 1,000 people have earned tanks already, and there's not really any clear winner. The IS-6 at the top at 345, and the Minotaur is at the bottom at 333. So it's almost completely evenly split across the 3 tanks. So it'll be interesting to follow that and see how that goes for the rest of the month.
Aesthetically pleasing. Which one of these are one of your favorites here?
Of mine?
Yeah.
I have to say Demolisher.
Okay. I don't know why the IS-6 calls my attention every time.
The tanks before, our last tanks were forged, was the Jack Panzer E100 line. Now we saw a lot of comments from players, you know, the E100 that, you know, a lot of players were like, it was already fine as is, and we only made minor changes to it, and its performance is equal to or above average for its tier and class across all the performance categories. So it's still a solid tank. Its gun and armor, are all really good. The reason we balanced the line really was to help the other tanks from the line leading up to it, because they weren't as cool as the E100 that everybody already knows and loves and plays. Across the line, daily battles increased for each tank about 3,000 a day. Win rates improved across the board. With the Jag Tighter 88 went from 47.9 to 49.8 for win rate. The Jag Tighter Auto went from 48.4 to 51.4, so that looked like that was a good one. The Fortress Ferdinand was 47, it's now 53.9. That's the one that got the biggest gain. The Stug 4 was 49.6, it's now 50.9. And the Hidden Stug was 50.2 and is now 51.4. So it looks like, everybody benefited, the way that we intended. With the Ferdinand inched it out a little bit. We'll have to keep an eye on that once we have a month of data. And we always get asked, so I'll just preemptively answer. The next Reforged line is going to be the Object 263 line. So look forward to that coming. What else? There's a bunch. This is November. There's all kinds of sales going on. I think probably the other sale that's worth mentioning is the limited edition Crimson tanks are back on sale, and that's the Ragnarok T-34-100, the Hydra IS-6, and the Minotaur KV-5. So
those will be available until halfway through the month, or the entire month?
Through the 15th.
Okay.
Oh, through Monday. Yes.
Yeah, it's coming right up.
Limited edition, limited time. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, so if you'd like to get your hands on one of those, make sure you check it out soon. And then upcoming we have...
Well, ongoing right now we have the Not Forgotten Challenge for inscriptions, emblems, and boosters. It's live through the weekend. Also starting today and through the weekend, it's times 3 XP on your first win. So play all your tanks as much as you possibly can each day. Coming Tuesday, we have a new World War II premium, the E-Mill behind me, the E-Mill 51, Tiger Tier 8 heavy tank. And this tank is going to have a custom skin available for it a little bit later in this month. Can you guess what kind of skin their tanks are?
Is it going to look very dark?
It'll be very, very dark.
Ooh.
Yes.
I believe we have some stuff to show off here. Should we show the crowd?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's check it out. This is some of the new E-Mill 51 skins. And this is the dark version we're talking about, and then we got a little fancy one on a little hill. And that is that for that. But speaking of the E-Mill here, we have a giveaway. So just give me a second. We'll get a giveaway running for one of these tanks with the skin included. So if you'd like to get a shot at that, stay tuned.
Cool. And then we have the Earn Challenge coming up for the Dreadnought KV2. Do you have a video for that?
And we do have a video for that, so go ahead and roll that out.
I didn't put my video notes in my notes.
Enemy in sight. Another one down.
And we're back.
Cool. So a chance for y'all to earn that awesome tank. Next week begins a turkey shoot where you have opportunities to earn a whole bunch of silver. I think a selection of tank skins will be like 30% off. I'm sure the details will be on the portal. I don't have the list of exactly what they are. The 100-year limited edition black tanks are going to all be available. Then next weekend, the 19th through the 22nd, we'll have +1, -1 matchmaking weekend. I think an article went out already or will be going out. It's going to be a little bit different than usual because the tanks with preferred matchmaking that are always +1, -1, because that's what preferred matchmaking is for those premium tanks. We're kind of screwing up the balance of the teams. So any tank with preferential matchmaking will still have that's a terrible word for me to say. Preferential matchmaking during the event to keep the things more balanced. So I don't think it's anything most people will notice, but they were before kind of getting +0, -0 matchmaking, which was unfair to everybody else. So
for those of you that might be just listening along here, giveaway is up for the email 51 with the skin. Just type in #email along with your gamertag and console of choice to be entered.
That was a very inventive hashtag there, Tanksor.
I was scrambling here. We're trying to go for something unique, but we kept it simple. What else is on the agenda here, Pangod?
Well, stay tuned. Tune in next week. You'll get all the details what we're doing for all of Thanksgiving week, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, other things from the development side. I talk about the marks of excellence. The data crunching just finished up today, and I was talking to the engineer about it. He was showing me all the graphs and everything, and so the results were tank destroyers and heavies. Marks of excellence are still a little bit too easy for them. The map delta that we moved to is still in their favor. Mediums a little bit easier than it should be for them, but not as much for the tank destroyers and the heavies. And then light tanks and arties are they're right on. They're dead set. So if anything, TDs and heavies mostly are still getting an easier time getting the marks of excellence than they should be. So that was a follow-up on when we made the change to the map delta, because we had grown too large and we hadn't accounted for it for a long time. So we were really looking into it to seeing, is it too hard or harder to get them than before? And the data shows that lights and arties are right on. Mediums get a little bit of benefit, and TDs and heavies still get a bigger benefit than they should. I don't think we're going to go forward and make any changes at this time. This was, doing a bunch of data mining and crunching to make sure that, our numbers was right and the results and the number of people that can get MOUs every week on various tanks was all online with what it should be. So promise you to get that data back to you, and now we got it.
Excellent. I've just been made aware also that we also have a giveaway on Twitter. So if you'd like to get your hands on the Email 51 here with the skin, take a look at Twitter as well.
Oh, is Twitter jumping our ride? What the hell?
They're having a piece of the pie as well.
This is our time slot right now.
We gotta play fair.
What?
So we gotta play nice with the Twitter people too.
The Twitter people.
Yeah, the Twitter cops will get us.
Matchmaker. So we've been doing the class-based matchmaking test on our super test with bots and just running tens of thousands of games and simulations, and we think it's ready to roll out to all of you for a weekend and get your feedback and get your screenshots of how the matches are turning out. Like, we can do all the simulations in the world, but it doesn't quite match what tens of thousands of you guys all can do on a weekend. So we're looking for that the weekend of December 3rd. And we'll get a little blurb up that explains how it's supposed to work and what our goals were and what could go wrong, and what to let us know. It's something that we can turn on and off on a dime. So if for some reason it goes crazy, we'll be monitoring it throughout the day on Friday. We can just switch back to the old matchmaker, no problem whatsoever. But glad to bring that to you. We've been talking about it for a long time, and I think it's ready for its debut. I'm really interested to see how it works in live. Super test. The super test open enrollment was closed. We sent about 127 acceptance letters out. So congratulations for those of you that were selected this round. We were going to cap it at 100, but we had some really good applicants. So we let them in. If you get an acceptance letter, make sure you read the instructions in it and follow those instructions. The cutoff date for you to get back to us is November 19th.
Excellent. And for those who might like to join the program, maybe in the future, if we open the super test up again, how can someone join such this program?
We'll announce it here. It'll get posted on the portal and forums whenever we do a recruiting session. We post it all over the place. It'll go out on social media, so that people will know the next time we have an open enrollment.
Yeah, keep your eye on Twitter and as well as Discord. We'll let you guys know if we open the program up again.
In development news, I had my weekly contract review right before this. They're looking in good shape for our next big release, so before the end of the year. So happy that's going along well. And then we're continuing to play test and tune wheeled vehicles. I think they're getting in really good shape. Right now we're focusing on how they turn, in the two different drive modes, the default mode and then drive mode. So for those of you that are aware how PC is, default mode, they're pretty fast. They can turn a lot sharper. Drive mode, over time you get up to even more speed, but they don't turn as well. So we're just testing all that and playing with the numbers, but that's looking really good.
Just a little bit of a trade-off, huh? Speed for maneuverability.
Yeah. Yeah, when we first put it in, there was almost no maneuverability at the high speed, so you'd be like, oh, target over there, right into a lake, off a cliff. It's like, okay, like, we need a little more maneuverability than that.
I'm going straight. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. So that's all I got for news this week. We have all the holidays coming up and all the holiday activities. So we're all busy doing that and making sure everything is done. So people can get a well-deserved break, not only for Thanksgiving but upcoming at the end of the year. So that kind of crunches all our time for developing and testing and creating the events and all that stuff. So that there's something to do every day during the breaks, even if we're not at the helm in the office at War Game, or in the office at our offices at home.
In the office.
In the office.
Yeah.
Well, basically, it's a virtual office and has been for 20 months. So
who's counting though?
questions.
Questions. I have a question here from, what is his name? Arvarius. He says, new maps for World War II. Do we have any news on new maps in production?
New maps for World War II. The next forthcoming. You think I have them memorized, but I live in the future so much planning. I'll have it for you in one moment here. The next maps for World War II will be Thiepval Ridge, Rossani, Erlenberg, and Lakeville. So you'll be seeing those early December.
Right around the corner.
Yep. I got from Tail Burn.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to have turkey treats like last year? Yep, turkey treats will be back this year. I think they start on the 16th.
Which is Tuesday.
Yeah. Zero Reflex. I like that gamer tag. My question is, will B expect one or more tank lines before the Christmas holiday? You will have a new tank line before the Christmas holiday and another new tank line right after the Christmas holiday, and then another new tank line right after that.
And while we're at it, just keep them rolling, right? Another one right after that.
Yeah. We got we got way ahead in our planning. We got lots and lots of tanks, all kinds of cool different tanks for World War II and Cold War coming in 2022.
We heard the players like tanks, right? So why not give them more tanks?
It's called World of Tanks.
Surprise, surprise.
We have to be reminded of that sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. Gabriel 3244. Hey, if we don't manage to get the Jagdtiger 8.8 Black Friday skin, will we still be able to buy it? Because you could earn that right now. Yes, it'll be for sale in various formats. Later on this month. But get out there and earn it. I know you can do it.
A question here from Momentary Genius, and he's asking, during the Extra Life stream, Pain God mentioned the Cold War economy was going to be addressed. Could we get more details on this subject?
Man, that's one of those things that's weird how, when I was getting ready this morning, I was thinking about, hey, what happened to that ticket? Because we finalized on the numbers, and then I didn't see someone say, oh, yeah, it's being executed. And then, as usual, I'll sit down at my desk, and there's a million IM windows and email and Jira tickets, and I totally forgot about that. So something is coming. I'm saying the next couple of weeks, but I don't remember. I got to track the ticket down. Forgive me.
I think this is where we get the Lady O reminder kicked in.
What was her reminder? I'm not that far down.
Oh, I'm just saying. Call to her and say, "Hey, Lady O."
I'm sure Lady O can find the ticket and let me know what the status of it is.
Excellent.
Elliot 2751. Is there a number of how many people traded in their armadillo? Last I tracked was 90 something. I don't know if it was like 93 or 94 or something like that. It's still performing above average. It's still a great tank. I think sometimes when the refunds are asked for, it's kind of a buyer's remorse, Anyways, like, oh yeah, I played it and I checked it out and it was kind of fun, but there's 899 more tanks I can play. I'll get the money back and buy another one. So,
Joint Striker 93 is asking, for those who have recently started playing, they have not been able to find the original commanders with their own languages. Do we plan to reintegrate some event that would have commanders with their original national voices?
Oh, do you be able to get them new?
Right.
Because if people had them and they have their national voices, that all should have been saved and they'd have that forever. But
right, I think he's asking for like new players, right? If they want someone speaking their native language.
Yeah, that they should be able to do that once we have the beginnings of commander customization next year.
Okay.
They should be able to pick the voice and the language.
Excellent.
I don't know exactly when they're going to get that, but yeah, that is on the docket to happen. I have one from Brogue One. Can we have Cold War maps back in World War II rotation? You can't make everybody happy ever. Because got so many cries and shouts to take them out. So honestly, a ticket came across my desk today. Level Design, your friendly neighborhood level designer, took another shot at the Cold War maps, moving spawns, bringing in the play space to make them more viable for the bigger, slower tanks in World War II. Those are going to go to super test in the next week or two and to get feedback on them. And then my rough plan is if they're all good or we make some changes, we make the changes and then we put them in custom games in the live game and let people check them out and get feedback from that. And then if we get an overwhelming consensus of yes, they're good to put back, then we'll put them back. But we're going to do it slowly and carefully because we had so many requests to take them out of World War II in the first place. I don't know. I know some of those were because I played big heavy tanks and it was too big of a map, and I totally agree. Or some of it was just like, I really don't want your peanut butter in my chocolate. I want World War II maps in World War II. So we're gonna slowly test the waters, let people play them, check them out, and give us feedback.
We have a player here asking. I know we've talked about it several times in the past week or so. Asking for any updates on the communication radial wheel.
I don't have anything for you currently. I need to go track down that ticket and see who it's on and what the next step is.
Okay.
But maybe Lady O can notch that down and remind me to dig that up. I was totally wrong. Turkey Treat starts on November 23rd, not the 18th again. Sorry, I live in the future. Okay, yeah, the Cold War economy changes, or we're going to do a test. I don't have a date for it yet. I'll follow up after Lady O found me the ticket. I'll follow up after the stream and see if I can get a target date for y'all. I have Brute Chief 117. Is there any word on the PZ54 rebalance nerf? I have no word on it at all. That comes up from time to time, and we go back and forth and look at the number of people own it for over the years, and I think we always ultimately go, no, we're not going to change it, and then it comes up again, and we look into it. So I think it's in that kind of vicious cycle. I'll ask Lady O to see if there's a current ticket to examine it and follow up on that.
A question here from Gabriel. He's asking if any idea if we'll ever get ranked battles coming back sometime soon.
Well, the first thing you're going to have come back is a ranked battle event in random battles. And that is the last week in January, I believe. I think I mentioned that last week or the week before. So we're going to roll that out so everybody can experience it. They can participate. It's select tanks, so they can participate by playing the tanks, or not participate by not playing the tanks, and it doesn't affect anything else. If you play the tanks, you'll get ranked. You'll get prizes. So look for that at the last week in January.
We have Space Cowboy asking if they could get more XP and silver boosters in the store, please.
I don't see why not. More as in bigger packs.
That was not clear. That was not clear. But
yeah, they want bigger packs or the bigger multipliers.
I'm assuming maybe bigger multipliers.
Yeah, with Black Friday coming up, I expect. Hey, it's snowing again. I expect we'll see that, but I'll ask Lady O to look into that. Thank you.
Okay. I believe that's all the questions that I have right now.
Yeah,
Let's see if anything else
I
pops
don't
up.
have any more. Trying to think if there's anything else I can talk about. We just met Wednesday with the head of publishing and marketing, and went through all the plans for 2022. That's how I know how much we have, tank wise for next year. It's an amazing amount. So walk through the whole calendar and decided, what tanks get put in what months and when seasons are going to start and end, and started working on roughly, the themes for the season. So we're trying to get way out ahead so that those things can just go like clockwork, and we can look further into the future, instead of sometimes we're a little bit too close to the nose about what's coming out next. So that was fun and cool to do. What I did get here. Drutch, as I can't even figure out how to say that. Any chance for more often extra silver for tier 10? It looks like we work to get tier 10 and can't play as is expensive. Well, we run the tier 10 silver bonus regularly. That's supposed to be running every month. I think it got missed once here or there. A little birdie's still typing to me. Yeah, I usually announce them on the stream when there's going to be a two-time silver earned for tier 10s for an entire weekend. Maybe we should do it for an entire week, Lady Obscura. What do you think about that?
Let's see, Tank Addiction's asking about tank reel speed increase, and I believe Leo spoke about this a little bit. Leo and Jeff on our extra live stream, and he was talking about that they're currently looking at some optimizations that they might have coming up.
Correct. Yeah, it's I think it's about an 800 times increase in speed. I said it was like 200 or something like that, and the UI engineer corrected me. He's like, actually, it was over 800. So that'll come out in the early December in our next big release.
That's definitely a great little addition when you're trying to scroll through a lot of tanks that you have. Dart Swinger here is asking about with so many tanks now camping due to the range being extended in World of Tanks, are we looking in doing anything with the situational awareness perk that would maybe help make players more proactive, aka like moving around and trying to, not stay in one spot per se?
We can certainly look into it. Are you talking about the extended range in Cold War, or because view range in World War II should be exactly the same as it always was?
I'm assuming it probably means with like the True Vision right in Cold War.
Okay, all right, yeah, it's something we can certainly look into if Lady O can make a note to make sure I don't forget. From Arg, I Garfield I, or wait a minute, did he change his?
I think it's still Mr. Garfield over there.
Because now this says I Garfield without an I on the other end. Oh, anyways, new maps in Cold War, removal of Mountain Pass from Cold War. That's early December. So the new maps for early December, I mentioned earlier, Thiepval Ridge for Cold War and World War II, Rasina, Cold War and World War II, Erlenberg is World War II, and Lakeville is World War II. I don't know about removal of Mountain Pass, but I can check into that. So, and for the tier 10 bonus, it's going to run for a week starting November 29th through December 6th. So That's the next time you get the 2 times silver event for tier 10 for the whole week.
Hammer Bro X is asking, when will we have tier 10s back on sale in the store?
I would be surprised if it's not sometime this month, or at the very latest in December. Where there's so many different sales going on through November and December. Maybe a little birdie will tell me when. I got Brass Dragon. Any chance of a speed boost for the Tog 2?
I think that's like its characteristic, right?
That's kind of his characteristic. Someone said, please give the speed of the armadillo. That sounds like an event mode.
Yeah, definitely.
Or something we should let you try out in custom games or something.
Can you imagine just like hitting a rock on a Tog and you start doing cartwheels? Oh no.
Oh, actually, it was Lady O that wants to give it the speed of the armadillo.
Oh well, I mean, if she said it, I guess we got to do it, right?
Oh no. I hope we will never repeat the mistake of the armadillo again. 900 tanks, that has to happen once.
We have a question here asking if we'll ever include wheeled vehicles into Cold War.
I would say absolutely, but I can't talk about that kind of stuff yet.
Okay. Skilled.
We were just talking about some really cool designs this morning.
Sounds promising. Skilled is asking if we have any frame rate optimizations coming down the pipeline.
I don't know of anything specific. I know the graphic engineers are always looking at performance, as well as like even the environment artists, because some apps, there's so many objects that, or long sight lines, it causes frame rate drops, and we have data mining tools that tell us the frame rate on every map, shows us every battle on live, right? So we can see how the maps are performing, and then they're always looking at optimizing code or looking at any new kind of features that might be available from the console manufacturers. So I don't know if something specific, but I do see optimizations checked in all the time.
Keep seeing requests for the MBT 80 in Cold War.
I don't see why not. We get a ticket for it. We can put that on the wish list of things. That's actually really easy to do. If we already have it in one mode, it's relatively easy to put it in the other
mode. Communication wheel, we just spoke about that. No updates as of yet. Still being looked at internally.
I don't think I got any more questions.
I have one here from Zero Flux. He's asking, has there been any consideration regarding the XP boosters, using them on a time limit as compared to per battle? I believe PC does this stuff, don't they? Or at least they tried it for a while.
Oh yeah, over a period of battles or over a period of time.
Right.
I can say we discussed it at one point and decided not to do that. That was so long ago because we were the first to introduce boosters, by the way, of any of the games. I don't remember why we went away from it. I don't really see any major need to change it right now, unless we introduce some other system that affected it that would make sense.
I see a comment here from a player named Trex, who's saying it would be awesome to have the op details in game rather than having to go to the website. Any possibilities that maybe we could address this?
The challenge details in match.
He has he wrote op details in game instead of the website, so I'm assuming that it's probably for the challenges, right? Instead of having.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have the challenge tab in the garage. You can look and investigate all the challenges. And then displaying the ones you have the most progress on in the HUD. I have to look into that. That was something we had, but had some difficulties with. I don't remember the state of that at the moment.
Okay.
But you should be able to look. You should be able to read them all in the challenge tab in the garage. And I know we're working on getting like your top 3 challenges showing up on the loading screen, so you can see where you're tracked on them. We wanted to track them real time. Like, so say if we kill 100 tanks, right? We wanted to be able to display in match. You're like, you kill a tank, it pop up, say, hey, you just killed your 96 out of 100 tanks, right? So you could track the progress in the game. And we ran into the problems that so many of the conditions are figured at the end of battle that there's no way to update them real time. So I don't remember the status on that right now.
Excellent. Do we have any updates on class-based matchmaking?
Yes, December 3rd is going to be a test in the live game. So we run all the simulations. Everything looks good, but of course we can't simulate what humans will do, what tens of thousands of humans will do over a weekend. So we'll start that on a Friday morning on the 3rd, monitor that all day. If anything goes wrong, we can switch it back on the fly. But if everything's good, we'll let it run through the weekend so we can collect a bunch of data and ask for your all's feedback, and you can send screenshots in of the team composition when you see weird things, and we can investigate those. So, but I think it'll be, it should be a very exciting, fun weekend for everybody, because in theory, matches will be more balanced than they've ever been. In theory.
Hopefully, right? This is a pretty good question. I believe we may have looked into this before, but will there ever be a way to try out a tank line, maybe like an empty map or something, before you actually go and purchase the tank?
Oh, to try a tank that you don't own?
Right.
I won't say never, because it's a difficult thing, because the core of the server was written long ago about tanks that are researched and purchased and owned. Like, we can't even, in testing, I can tell you that our tool, we can't give a tech tree tank to ourselves, right? We have to use a tool and sheets that are like, research this entire nation line and then buy the tank to get the tank in the inventory. It's just automating the way the real game works. So yeah, I think it would be cool that people try things out. We're playing right now with tank rundles, but that's limited to premium tanks, because premium tanks are the one thing we can give you, because it's not a tech tree tank that needs to be researched and has a parent and have a child and all that. The very essence of the World of Tanks progression system, up the tech tree.
Sure, that's a nice little headache for some type of engineer, huh?
Yeah, a headache, like rewrite the whole thing for the next 2 years to get it so that we could do things, or significantly change the design of how the game works and progression works, and then rewrite it. So yeah,
headache to say the least. Greg Graham is asking about any updates or news for clans.
For what? I'm sorry.
Clans.
I don't have any solid update for you right now. There is actually work going on to give quite a few new features to clans, but we're just like past the design stage and working on sign off and approval and to move forward and execute on it.
Okay.
Someone asks, let me scroll up so I can see who it was. Oh, it was Garfield. Plans on free XP Cold War premiums. Era 3 is lacking variety. There's no current plans, but there's no reason why we can't do it. So we'll get that noted down in an investigation ticket set up. What is this? Peppermint Shore UK. Warhammer 40K tanks. That's been a request even internally, and actually the CEO and owner of the company is a huge Warhammer 40K fan. But that is one, it's someone else's licensed, someone else's IP, and two, licensing around it is very, very, very complex. If any of you were, have ever been a followers of the BattleTech universe, and IP difficulties, and ownerships and struggles and court fights, that's more complex than the stuff in Warhammer 40K. But it's not easy. I don't think we'll ever give up trying, but it's not a simple one to do.
Will we ever have PBR screen like before, where medals, kills, and damage was on screen, so we don't have to take multiple screenshots to capture it all?
Do you get everything on one screen?
Yeah, they want everything on one screen.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's so much information that people want to see. It is completely impossible to get it on one screen. If you can, if there are things that we can group better on one screen, but I mean, right now the 3 screens, there's no way you can jam all that information together. It's just not possible. But if it's like, hey, I really want to see my XP, silver earned, medals, awards, all on one screen before I look at the other screens, that's possible. But even the old UI PBRS was multiple screens.
I have a question here about will we ever take a look at our platoon sizing again and possibly increase it?
Not currently. It's platoons is what makes Matchmaker work the hardest and unbalanced teams the most. When we had 4 and 5 man platoons, they were less than 1% of platoon battles, not even overall battles. And it caused even worse problems with matchmaking, which is why we brought it down to 3%, three-person platoons. And even then, platoons is the hardest thing for Matchmaker to deal with because of the possible makeup of the platoons, and it almost being impossible to find an equally made up platoon out there to matchmake with. So you try to get close, but not exact, and then you've all seen what happens.
I have one more question here. It is in regards to custom matches, if there'll ever be a way where they don't have to play silver for those matches that they do. Similar to like the monster mode, right, where they weren't paying for ammo.
Ever, I don't know. Just to be completely honest, the reason there's some cost at all in there is even a 2-person. Even if you had like only a 2-person custom games room, that takes up as much server resources as a 15-on-15 match. So you've seen before in some of the other modes that we've had, we put restrictions so there can't be too many of that going on because server resources cost money. And if the customs games had no restrictions to it whatsoever and became hugely popular and run all the time, it would cause us to incur extra costs for the additional server resources. It would pull away from the main point of the game, which is random battles. Just like we get sometimes when we have a really popular event mode, people are complaining, it's like, well, this is screwing up random battles for the weekend because everybody's playing that, or my friends are playing that, so I'm playing that. I'm not getting to play in random battles. So no plans to change it at this time.
Okay. And one final question. Do we have any plans on looking at limiting the amount of tanks that could be into a battle? For example, like 2 RDs or like 2 lights per battle, something like that.
Yeah, it's something we've talked about. The class-based matchmaking is our current endeavor, and if that is successful, we will go to the next step on our great wish list of things, including I wouldn't say templates, but putting upper limits on classes of tanks in a match.
Sounds great. Well, with that, I think I'm going to draw our winner here for the Email 51 along with the skin. And our winner is Godly Dance. Congratulations, Godly Dance. You're a winner of a brand new, well, not brand new, but new tank with a nice shiny skin on it. So should be getting that as soon as it releases.
Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 more questions and then we got to sign off.
Sounds great.
Group dog drill. I think is artillery a banned topic for discussion? Absolutely not. We talk about artillery all the time, and we're in pretty heavy discussions on what we're calling artillery 2.0, which would actually probably be 3.0 for us right now. And I hope right after the first of the year I got more information for you. And then someone, what is this? Biggie goes bananas. It was all mixed caps, so I was like trying to figure out what it was supposed to be. Would it be possible to create and use clan signs on tanks? Anything is possible. That's a very, very involved feature. As with any game, allowing user content into the game, especially since we are a depending on the country, we're a PEGI or a 13 and over game. You have to heavily regulate and check that content, and which there's a lot of expense to doing that. So we have decided not to allow that every time it's come up in the past.
Sounds good. Sounds good. That just about wraps it up on my end. Pingun.
Yeah, that's good. I got to run to a meeting. That's my fun life.
Sounds great.
This is my favorite hour of the week every week.
Well, like always, we'll catch you around next week, and make sure you check out Twitter for a second chance to win that fancy new email with the skin. So, with that,
thanks everybody.
I wish you a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.
Yeah, remember ×3 first win.
×3.
All right. Bye, everyone.